YouTube, what's good? It's your boy CONC'd, aka Jimmy Shoe Tron, back with another video for the day. So what I'm gonna do is a video of the history on Nike SB boxes. I mean, of course, because we all know Nike SB, they had some of the craziest shoe boxes, and a lot of times that actually what dragged a lot of us to like really want to cop and keep these boxes, even still
to this day.
Big salute and RIP to Sandy Bodecker, because he was the one that made this whole SB thing happen. We're gonna get into all of that, so salute to you, you are a legend. Alright, so now let's get it popping, but before we do, you already know the Hollywood Apparel, the best tees to go with your kicks, look fire, official licensed joints, authentics, no fugagas, alright? I'm gonna have the link in the description, it's gonna be the first one. Click that, go get fly. The first box, boom. The orange box era. That was March 2002 to December 2002. First of all, majority of people was not copping SB's then. I'm not saying all, some were. There's some that waited a couple years later to go back. But at this time, 2002, a lot of y'all were not even in the SBs or even knew what they were. You think I'm gonna sit here and lie and say in 2002 I was copping SBs? No, I was not. And a lot of people went back to get the 02 joints and they go like, yeah, I've been had it. Nah. We're talking about the ones that was actually outside going to get them in 02. In 2002, everybody was in the Jordans. So within that time, nobody was really going to get SBs for the most part, except for, you know, the real skaters and the people who were actually into it. You know why? Because they were limited to skate shops. If a nigga came to me and was like, hey, yo, son, yo, they got some ill kicks at a skate shop, I'd be like, a skate shop? Do they sell Jordans? Now, this box, all right, this is what started it all off. It even had the 4 original Nike Pro skaters. And they even made special colorways for them. So you had your man Gino Lanucci, sound like a mob boss. Hey yo, was fucking Tony Baloney, Johnny Salami, and Gino Salucci over there. Reese Forbes, Richard Mulder, and Danny Super. They all had their own 4 special colorways. My favorite one out of all of those were the Danny Supers. Beautiful. You see those? It's Knicks colors. You know me and Knicks colors. It's over. So let's look at some of the grails that this box had. The white and black Supreme. That was the first shoe besides the Mikes to have the cement print on it. Fire. The Zoo Yorks. Oh my goodness, one of my grails. I need these. The Zoo Yorks. The Reese Forbes denim. Fire. Fire. Even though this was the normal box, this definitely holds some of the most coveted SBs today. Moving on. This is a time where Sandy Bodecker was like, yo, if we're gonna stand out, we just can't be like, have the same box. We need to have something lit. So that's when we came to this era. Boom! The silver box era. Ooh! It can fight for the best era. It definitely can. It definitely can fight for the best series. You had the Futuras. You had the Supreme Highs. All 3 of them. Ooh! And one of my favorite, the Luckies. Oh my goodness, one of my favorite highs of all time. And the Jedis. So the silver box series was crazy. This was crazy. Moving on. This box that I'm about to present to y'all. I know I said the other one can fight, but this one might be my absolute favorite. Pink box. So this box was from September 2004 to December 2005 was when they were using this pink box. Now at this time, Nike was like, yo, you know what? We're just gonna go crazy with them. We're just gonna go crazy with it. That's when they did the Reese Forbes Hunters, you know, with that whole burlap sack material, you know, on the toe. The De La Souls. Come on, elephant print around the toe, holographic on the back? A hologram on the shoe? That's crazy. They weren't in the traditional lifestyle sportswear boxes that everything was coming out in 2004, 2005. They had their own boxes. By this time, this was not just skaters. Everybody who was into kicks were into SBs. I would say it probably started to transcend, started with the silver box, but I think the pink box was really the one to really get people like, oh yeah, we on it. Some of the pink box, that's some of the illest releases ever. So I already showed y'all the De La Souls, which is definitely in there. It's one of my favorite of all time. We got the Uncles. We got the Slam Cities, the Tiffany's. They get the pink box era KBB. And of course we had Call a Riot Squad, baby. The fucking Pigeons. What? Crazy, the pink box era was crazy. Let's move on. Now we got the black box. This was from February 06 to September 07. Now the black box, I would say that's when I was fully submerged in copping SBs. I started with the pink box. I started paying attention silver box era. Silver box era, I was like, oh, okay, they got some joints. But I didn't start copping until the pink box. But the black box, copping them on the regular. Say this, when people talk about the resurgence of SBs, they're talking about this time. That's when everybody started going back to the pink, going back to the silver, going back to the orange box. So I respect them, that was the time. So let's get into some of the crazy releases, some of my favorites from this box. Dino Juniors. You had the 3 bears, the Papa Bears, Mama Bears, Baby Bears. Ooh, this box was crazy. The scent helps. Yo, the black box was a crazy era, son. Now we had the gold boxes. Still, SB is still lit. People are still going crazy over them. Now, I don't think as much as when they were for the black box, but this gold box era was still crazy. You had the Red Lobsters and Concepts, the Gibsons. I love these. You had the Ferris Buellers. I remember copping those. Crazy! And you had the ultimate grill in the gold box. The what? The Dunks. And the crazy part is, I actually think the Freddy's came out in the gold box time. I don't know what kind of box the Freddy's came in. I don't have them. I know the Freddy's came out around that time, but the gold box, they stayed super strong with them. See, and the thing that kept SB alive so much is all these themes and collabs and names and stories behind them. That's what made it so fire. Like, you would have never thought to have a Ferris Bueller, make it look like his outfit. That's crazy. Have Milli Vanillis with the laces or their dreads. Like, they were getting so good with the concept. It's crazy. Moving on, this next era, the blue box era. This is when SB was like wildin'. We're like, yo, you're bugging. This is when it was completely starting to fade away. The number one thing that people like in the SBs and lows are what? The fat tongue. That's when they started making the thin tongues, taking the straps off mids. Horrible. But there are still some bangers that the blue box had that still kept them afloat. Like Concepts, again, y'all back at it. The blue boxes, fire. The Skunks. Woo! You can't even get mad at the blue box era if they came with this joint. So you can't even get too mad at them because they got the Skunks and the blue box. You got the Pac-Man and the Miss Pac-Mans, and one of my personal favorites in the whole blue box era, the Twin Peaks. Let's move on. Now, here's what they call the tape box era. This is interesting because that's when Nike SB started to, yo, you know what, we're not limiting these joints to just skate shops. And now, you know how I said on the blue one they started to fade away? This is when they died. It was because of this. First of all, they made it so widely available to like the lifestyle accounts and sportswear accounts. They were just normal kicks at this point. So they had like no type of limited quantities, but you know, it still had the technology in it. For skaters, they were probably still good. But this one was like, nah, it's a dub, son. But the tape box did have a couple of ill releases. It did have, back again, the Supreme red joints. The red low-cut Supreme. They did have the Concepts again. Ooh, Concepts killing on here. They have Concepts, the When Pigs Fly, fire. They had the Puffs Head 2s. I like these a lot. And they have a pair that doesn't get really too much love, but I like them a lot because they're real crazy and they stand out. The McRad joints. Now we got the oh so pretty Teal Box. See, that's because, you know, it just reminds you of the Tiffany's already, so that's why we all love them. But they did something that we all hated. They started bringing back the classic grails into opposite versions of what they were. For instance, I mean, the De La Souls were high, they made them low. And the ones that were low, the white ones the first time, they made high. The Tiffany's that were low, they made high. Brian Anderson, they made low. And etc. A whole bunch of joints that we were like, yo, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? Why would you do that? But they got some bangers. Let's see what they got in the tail box. You got the Ray Guns. That new rendition of the Ray Guns, still fire. I like them. I like them a lot. You had the purple lobsters and the green lobsters. Concepts, y'all on every list, killing it. That's crazy. One of my favorite in this era, in this box, the trumpets. Super duper fire. And then, for y'all, I didn't really like this next one, but the Supreme, the 2019 ones. I mean, I know a lot of y'all like Supreme, so I just had to put that in there. And now we got the box that we all see and get today. Wow. This box is fire. This joint's crazy. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it, and this is what we have now, so there's nothing to really, there's no history on it yet, but I can say the bangers that came in it. Travis Scott SBs, the whole Grateful Dead pack, and the one that stirred up everything, the Ben and Jerry's. So there you have it. There's a history of Nike SB boxes for you. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, let everybody know. Put them on, all that. You know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do that. Alright? Be back with another video. Peace.